That was bright. Evening, everybody. Oh, nobody's in here yet. Oh, what's happening, everybody? Assuming this thing's live now. There we go. Oh, it was cold. Prepping for this big snowstorm this weekend. I think we got our Wi-Fi situation figured out here. So last time we didn't have very much success. So went and got a extender thing. See how that goes from now on. Yes, you can see my breath. It's cold. Did not have the heater on long enough before we did this. So, what's happening, guys? Buford, how's it going, bud? Oh, this weather. I'm wondering what it's going to happen to it this weekend. It's like a big storm is moving through. So, I don't know if right now it says 3 inches, but I expect a lot more. So, today we went and made sure all the rest of the winter stuff was taken care of. So, plow truck's ready and all the other fun stuff. AV Mopars, what's going on, man? Oh, hopefully you guys are staying warm up there in Canada. So, but yeah, Happy New Year's and all that other stuff. So, yeah, we are trying to stay busy over here. If I move my head, that one light's really bright, so I'm gonna try not to blind you guys too much. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm working on getting organized in the new shop, and finding out I got a lot of crap, so trying to figure out what's good, what's bad, and putting some stuff on eBay and figuring out you got 10 of something and 4 of another is always interesting, especially after years of collecting and not being very organized. So, yeah, it's fun. Fun. And Dale, it's not going to be low 70s at the other house. So, must be nice. Must be nice. So, it's fun. We had a good New Year's. We had a good Christmas. My whole family's been sick for the past like 4 or 5 weeks, so that's been all kinds of fun. I actually had to stay home from work today because the kid was running a fever. So, but yeah, hopefully we're getting past all that nonsense now. We actually get back to work and do something. Got her, or I guess it's that shoulder. Got the Alabama car we're working on, and Ford tractor. I actually got that in here, and got that fully disassembled. Found the motor was a lot worse off than I thought it was going to be. So hopefully we get that dropped off at the engine shop and see if the block is even salvageable. All flatheads are weird. This is my first flathead, and the whole valve seat surface is very, very, very bad. So basically, it lost compression in a couple cylinders because the rings deteriorated. Found the rings in the pan, and yeah, it's the valves are on top of that. So it's 85 years old, so we can't be too mad at it. Oh, but besides that, we're making decent progress. Hopefully, get everything situated and we can get some gutters on this place, and then we're hopefully get it insulated somewhat soon. Like to be in a t-shirt again, especially when we work on stuff. But besides that, we're doing it. We're doing something. Let's see here. I was going to try and do something tonight. And we used to do our deal of the week. So I'm gonna see if I can get that to work again. There's a bunch of marketplace cars that have popped up lately that we've been looking at. We've got customers that have been bothering us right after Christmas trying to find stuff for themselves for upcoming show season. Heating the shop right now. I actually I make my own homemade diesel out of used motor oil, and I got two salamanders that we use to heat it when we're working in here. Doesn't work the best, but it actually gets it pretty warm. Last weekend we actually had like a nice fog layer up top. And making the homemade diesel at instead of $35 to heat the shop for the weekend, it's more like $4. So it's a lot more easy on the wallet. But yeah, let me see if I can make this work. I played with it earlier, and it worked for me earlier. No, of course. Yep. But yeah, just figure we'd pop in for a little while. We haven't done a live in a while, and it's been time. But now we threw the link up also if somebody wanted to pop in here and say hello. Yeah, it's we don't have the accessibility for propane. We're on the natural gas line for us, so I hear propane's expensive, but we're looking into we're doing a mini split system with 4 different zones, which is a little bit overkill for this shop. We're doing a 36,000 BTU. It's a little bit higher BTU than what we need, but that's the plan. Really only need 2 zones, but I like the idea of 4 zones, just for in case one of them takes a dump, then you at least have 3. But the Petty project, well, let's see if I can spin this. Petty project is, well, there. Petty does no longer exist. Actually, the only part of the Petty car that exists anymore is, where is it? One little piece of metal with numbers. Besides that, that blue Richard Petty no longer exists. So we're going to be working on rebodying that one. But besides that, all the parts are cut off of it, and there was going to be a good video on it, but I actually had GoPro failure. Brand new GoPro that I bought last year. Decided that it didn't want to be a functional GoPro anymore. It corrupted the data and wasn't able to even turn itself on anymore. I had pulled the SD card out of it and put it in the computer, and was only able to save half the files, and the half that I was able to save, a quarter of them didn't even have audio. So that was awesome. Love spending that much money on a GoPro and not having it function. So you think after all these years of making them GoPros, they would have at least been able to put out a decent product by now. But it seems like everyone has some kind of quirk or issue with it. So, let's see here. Frankie. Oh, goodness. Came with a 4-speed setup. That's a good question. I don't have my number book right in front of me, but the 3-speed with overdrive. I mean, we never seen them in 360 cars, obviously, because it didn't even really hold up behind 318s. But it's the percentage I say is pretty low. I'd think we've seen a lot more 3-speed with overdrive cars behind the slant 6s than we would 318s, because there was so many recalls on the 318s, and you do see a lot of decently low mileage 318 4-speed cars, and then you find out they're parked because the aluminum transmission decided to grenade itself. They really didn't like to party that well. So What's up, Badry? How you doing, Blake? Yes, darn GoPros. My friend Tall John, he's been using actually these Amazon ones. I was gonna grab one of those because he says they're really nice. So I'm gonna experiment with one of those. Um, Going back to the 4-speed stuff, as far as conversion parts, yes, I got a lot of 4-speed setups sitting around. Never quite used one yet, but yeah, they're all kinds of pedals and the humps, because the hump's specific to the F body. So I got a whole bunch of those and all the F body bench seat shifters and bucket shifters. So got a lot of parts stashed. That's building a loft on this side to hopefully start stashing and organizing a lot of those parts, because there's a lot. There's a lot. And I didn't know I had quite as much as I did. So old eBay is going to be, well, yeah, I would try and hook it up to the internet, but it actually doesn't even turn on no more. I've tried different batteries. I've tried it without the battery, and it doesn't function anymore. So I got a hold of representative at GoPro, and he said that basically the motherboard, or what they call it, CIP board, was broken, and basically it won't do anything. He tried every kind of trick over the phone with me and basically said it was junk. So I got it. I can send it back to him because when you buy a new GoPro, you get 1 year free of GoPro service or whatever it is. But I haven't actually sent one of those back to get repaired yet. But 6 speeds, like a T56 then. Okay, yep. My friend George, he's got a green Volare. We've raced road race with him in the past. He's got a T56 in his, and he likes it quite a bit. I think needs to do some gear changing on it. It's quite a bit of travel. The gear ratios aren't quite right in the T56s, in my opinion, unless you got I think I'd have to run like a 456 or a 410 gear to make it. There's just so much in between the gears. I think he's running a 391 in his currently, but I've always ran 904s or 727s, and then I'd put a reverse manual valve body in them. That's it's always been my preference, as close as you can get to a manual without actually being a manual. So I actually put a Cope transmissions. He makes them with a low band apply. I put one of those in my Super Coupe that we road raced last year, and I really like that. Cope did a very nice job on that, and did all of his billet servos and everything. So Cope definitely made a nice product, and you got Tootsie Rolls with it, so that was nice. I'm a fat guy, so I can appreciate that. But no, next coming month we're I'm getting the rest of the parts for the Ford tractor so I can get that back outside. I got to get that back and movable. I got a bunch of rear ends and a bunch of heavy stuff to move, so I need a loader tractor back in my life so I can save my back. Not that old, but past the point in my life where I want to lift heavy things. Yeah, there's always a chance of racing a 4-speed in the future. Just haven't gotten there yet. I'm looking to retire the old Super Coupe from the racetrack, so hopefully getting the 77 Blue RT done. That's going to be the permanent race car. We're going to be doing something quite a bit different on that one with the lack of aftermarket support for the F bodies. QA1 hasn't picked us up yet. There's been talks about it, but we don't have the QA1 parts or any other real good suspension parts besides firm feel. And firm feel, you're really just losing some weight. The drop spindles are pretty generic. I got a different idea. I spent some time running around a junkyard with tape measure. Our 77 Blue RT does need frame rails, just like all the other F bodies. And this one, I'm thinking doing something. It's not going to be Mopar pure. Let's put it that way. It'll have Mopar drivetrain, but we'll not have be able to actually get aftermarket parts for it. And luckily, it was pretty good with the tape measure, and found something that will work, and you can buy a good candidate to steal everything I need off of decently cheap. So, yes. It's tractors are a must. I live in the heart of dairy country, and yeah, tractors are everywhere, and we have a decent amount of acreage, so having a tractor is a must. Yes, CRT stuff is top notch. That's definitely for sure. He does a nice job. Very nice man. Nice to talk to on the phone. Yeah, Cope does a nice job. I do like that valve body. I got my the 1980 tan Aspen RT. If I do keep that car, which I haven't decided if I'm going to yet, I've kind of been throwing lately because I've come to a point in the road where I don't have anything left to really do to it, and it's too nice of a car to pull the motor out and rebuild it, or it doesn't need anything. I don't have anything left to do to it, so I'm contemplating letting that one go. But if I don't, I'm probably going to put another Cope valve body in it because that one's got one of the old Cheetah ones, and just having that low band applying first gear is a lot of fun, and I like it. I like it a lot better than not having it. So, but yeah, it is. Oh, garage says it's 28 degrees right now, so it's not too bad out. Oh, what is everybody else doing tonight, or what's everybody else working on, or questions, or I know we get a lot of emails come across for us, and yeah, it's definitely a exciting time, and I'm glad that it's really only Aspen Villari channel for a long time, and AV Mopars. If you haven't already, do subscribe to him. He is. I'm guessing AV stands for Aspen Villari, but he has been doing Aspen Villari content as well. So, oh, look at this big fella. Hey, fella.
What's going on, Trigger? You're looking a little chilly tonight, there, Dutch. You look a little chilly.
Oh, it's not too bad.
You look like a freight train blowing some steam out, old locomotive. So what's happening?
Yeah, it's like 28 degrees. It's not too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad. 28 degrees is horrible. We're getting cold here. I don't know what it is. We're probably somewhere close to that. So it shouldn't be as cold as it's going to be for you. I don't think we're getting any snow.
Yeah, I think it's all sticking towards like the northeast.
So how much you
best place
in your area?
Oh, what'd you say there, John?
I said, how much you supposed to get in your area?
They're calling for 3 inches, but the way the weather's looking, I'm going to plan for more.
Yeah. Well, batten down the hatches. Keep safe.
Yeah, I got the generator ready and plow trucks in position, so my luck will probably get nothing.
How's that internet working out there for you? You got that extension?
Yeah, I did. Today's the first day testing it out. The other day it wouldn't work at all. So I'm watching it on my phone, and it doesn't look like it's working too bad.
Hey, Ed's Machine, what's going on? There's Bad Tree. What up?
Uh, oh, oh, yeah. Buford wants to know about door seals. Where did I get some the other day? I think it was steel. Steel. I guess, are you talking about the ones that actually go on the door, or are you talking about the ones that go around the door perimeter? What are you doing today, John?
Moving things around, getting some stuff figured out. Finally dug out the 360 that I'm going to do for the piggy bank thing, so I can do a little bit of videoing and getting that ready to put up on the channel. Is this thing working?
Well, that's cool. It's working somewhat. I'm hearing some of the words. It might be my end.
Well, I'm hearing you good. That doesn't mean that my end is working, but I'm hearing you good.
No. Yeah, that's the wife got me a Wi-Fi extender. But I was talking to my buddy in Colorado. He's got some harebrained idea because the new one only goes on like 2.5 gigs or wherever they measure internet in. I'm not sure, but he's got a way to actually make it so it's 5 or better or something. I don't know. He's smarter than I am.
Yeah. I always let the professionals do their part when it comes to computer stuff because it makes me mad, and I tend to throw things when I get mad.
Yeah. Oh,
Make
the
a
door
part.
seals against the roof. Yep.
Oh,
What was that set I bought the other day? I think normally I get those off Amazon. Super soft. Super soft. Makes decent ones.
I
So did
found
you
my
get
coffee.
over all that sickness, John?
Yeah, I got something hanging on, but for the most part, I'm in good shape. I got something that just keeps, like
That's
in the morning, phlegm coming up and crap, but it's better every day. It feels like.
that's good. The wife's she's still hacking up stuff. I think this is week 5 for her.
Week 5. Jeez, I know it's been seems like that long for me too. I've had a couple other people tell me that they've had some long term uh, lung hacking up type stuff too. So I think it may be something going around. I hope it is. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm hoping it's not something serious. Give me a second. Netgear power line adapters work
I
great.
heard from old Ruben the other day.
Oh, did you? Hey, he did his little end of the year video. That was pretty
I
good.
did.
I like the way he did it. Sitting there acting like you were sitting there with him, enjoying a beer with him.
Yeah.
You got traffic going by
No,
the house or
I was
something?
half tempted to run another route. What's that?
You got traffic going by? I thought I heard a semi go by.
Oh yeah, you would try, or hopefully once it's insulated, it'll cut down on that a little bit.
Yeah. What were you saying? There's like a delay here or something. There's a little bit of a delay. So I don't mean to be butting in.
I might have to switch over to the internet off my phone. Oh, here, let me try something quick. Mm. Let me try this a minute. If I kick out, I'll be right back.
Hold down the fort. Is that what you're saying?
That work better?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'd switch over the hotspot off the phone.
Killer. Did you ever
There we go.
get those exact numbers on that engine we were talking about the other night? That 377 small block from what's the name of the Valley Machine and Valley Performance Machine
Oh,
or something?
Valley Performance? No, I forgot all about it. I think it was 707 horsepower or something. Or what? No, something crazy. Something crazy.
Something huge out of a fairly small engine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's proof you don't have to have big cubic inches to make power, but it sure is a lot easier when you got big cubic inches.
Yeah.
I always tell people, to talk about cylinder head flow, and usually the better they flow, the more power you're going to make. Of course, you can over abuse that, but I always tell people, if you want to pull bigger numbers through your head, put a bigger engine underneath them. You'll get some air to come through there. Lower that depression a little bit; it'll go through. See,
Yeah, I was contemplating getting rid of those 308 heads I got and putting something else on. I haven't quite decided yet.
Yeah,
I need to do some
Get rid of those 308 heads again.
Do some more port work on everything. So didn't really do a lot of that when we put the motor together for the Super Coupe. So I figure since I got 3 broken valve springs, I might as well do something while I have everything apart.
is the 308 head? Is that a 188, 160 head?
Yeah, I believe so. They're the late 80s swirl port heads, and the 302 is the 318 comparison for it.
Right. That's I couldn't remember which one was which.
Yeah. I put those on there. Dad had them laying on the shelf, so I might as well use them. But no.
Everybody's all excited about the 302s and the 308s because they got the quench chamber. Like the quench chamber is the only thing you can have in a head. Forget about everything. You could throw cotton in the port and you're still gonna have more power. You got quench chamber. I'm like, why do Hemis go fast? Because all that quench chamber they got. But yeah, every time I get a set of 30, I think the 302s is what I've worked with a couple of times because it's the 318 size. Mm-hmm. And I go straight for cutting that swirl right out of them.
Oh, really?
Get out of the way. And always rolling the back of the chamber out of them because it's just butted right up against the valve. Talk about shrouding valves. I mean, and you got little bitty valves in there, and there ain't no room for air to go past them at all. Probably cut that out and gain a 10 or 20 horsepower. But anyway, yeah, I'm not super impressed with them swirl heads.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I need to do better. Need to do some better porting, do some more research on that, and have you come up for a day probably.
Well, that's happening soon. I'm hoping sooner than later, but soon.
Hopefully when it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah. When's it?
I'm getting. What's that?
When's temperatures start to come up for you guys?
End of March usually. End of March. Usually our February or end of January and February is colder than hell, but then usually late March it's getting muddy again out. So,
Yeah.
but it's the weather's weird past 4 years. So, I mean, last year I only plowed twice. So, uh, yeah, it's weird. I mean, we're halfway up Michigan. You'd think we had to plow more. It was 55 degrees on Christmas.
Yeah. It was a little different this year for Christmas. I know I've had a lot of people tell me about, oh man, the weather's never been so hot. So let me just tell you a quickie story. Down the street from where I grew up was old man John Porter, Colonel John Porter. And he owned a corner of, it was Aubrey and Midland Road. There used to be a Texaco gas station, and he owned that property. But one day I come walking through there, and he's working on a hit and miss engine. And in fact, I was walking to school, probably 5th grade or something. And I've always been a clown for mechanical things, so I had to go see what he was doing. And I'd met him before. He was cool. So I walked up to him and I said, "Hi, Mr. Porter." And so he's showing me the engine. I think it was a John Deere, and it's running. He showed me this little pedal you kick and it throws the governor off so you can run it hard. And so then he asked me, he said, "Do you go fishing?" I said, "No, not very often. Dad doesn't take us. He was busy, whatever. I never wasn't into fishing." So he says, "Yeah, do you know where Lake Hodges Bridge is?" And it's where the Highway 15 used to be 395, went across this Lake Hodges, going from what's now called Rancho Bernardo to Escondido. And that bridge, if you went over that bridge, was nothing but trees. The whole time I was a little kid. And we'd go up to Escondido once a week, once every other week. That was where the shopping center was and different stuff. And so he was telling me that they used to get out on that bridge, dangle their feet and fish off of that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, you lying old man, always telling big stories, these old people, whatever. And I'm thinking, this is baloney. So a couple years later, they got the big Olympic-sized swimming pool at the high school there, and where I grew up there, and you paid 25 cents. You could go swim all day long in the summertime. And started hearing the radio break up because there was lightning in the area. And there's never hardly lightning in San Diego County. It's rare. So, okay, they kick us out of the pool. And it started raining. And it freaking rained for, 5, 6, 7 weeks straight. You'd get a little sun, partly cloudy day, and here comes the rain again. Next time we drove to Escondido, we went over that bridge, and it was water for as far as you could see, both sides. And the dam that made the lake was spilling over for the first time in 23 years or something like that. It was big. It was on the news. Well, I don't know, the next probably 5, 6 years, it would overflow a couple of times from heavy rains coming through. And for the next 20 years, that was nothing but a lake. And I swear to God, if I'd have went to a kid and said, "Man, we couldn't fish off of that bridge," he'd have called me a crazy old man, because it was water forever.
Yep.
Now it's dried back out because they're making repairs on the dam and that kind of stuff. But anyway, the whole point is nobody remembers it then. It was hotter than hell. We didn't have no water for years. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. I mean, it's just, every once in a while you get a hot spot, and I just want to know how the sun gets a hot spot and affects our days with, running a Model T around here,
Yeah.
How did that happen? But anyway, I think it's just crazy what people remember and don't remember.
Oh yeah, we used to our elevation's a little bit low over here, and so every spring flooding would be an issue. And I got a creek on the north side of our property, and the county, we've been fighting them in the past couple of years because they want to take that creek and make it 60 feet wide and 4 feet deep. Well, right now it's more of a 3 feet wide, and like you might get your toes wet. but they want to do it to improve the drainage because there's a farmer like 4 miles away. Well, apparently the last time it flooded bad, it flooded out his whole field and he couldn't plant in for 2-3 acres. So now it becomes everybody else's problem downstream. Or well, I guess it'd be upstream, but yeah, so government wants to put an easement on my property so this guy so he doesn't have to put tile in.
Do they
So-
compensate for any of that, or they just go?
They want to take a 1/4 acre, but the creek goes diagonal across my property, so it cut it in half. So I own the other side of the creek and this side of the creek.
Yeah,
But they offered me $1 for my land.
$1.
$1.
Yeah, and if you don't take the dollar, they're just going to take it from you, right?
Yeah, that's the lawyer was threatening the eminent dome or what is it? Is it eminent domain?
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
What's better for the people?
Yeah. And he's like, well, it won't flood your property at all. And I'm like, our fire pit is right on the edge of the creek. And the highest it's ever got the entire time we lived here, which we've been here 7 years, it washed out half the fire pit. Oh man. Creek it went 25 feet wide. Oh boy. But it was 1 inch deep.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't
it's-
know. You
but
know,
now we don't get any spring thaw because there's nothing to thaw.
right.
And we had the driest spring. God, what was it? Or April? We were in the 70s, and all the farmers were happy because they got out in the field early. But at the same time, they didn't have no moisture.
What about having them build bridges over the creek for you so we can build a racetrack, and then I'll just move up there and we'll just run cars all day.
That's right.
We'll test all day long. You can learn how to port that way. That didn't work. That worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get them carburetors tuned up before you ever get out to that road course.
That's the nice thing about that road course, though, is being so darn close. I mean, it's only 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ask for much more than that.
So I remember talking to you one time about that, and your dad's always been a drag racer, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
And so he thought you were kind of being a pansy by doing the road course. Has he shined up to the road course a little bit now?
No. I've asked him a couple times. Hey, we're racing, and I think the one time we said that he didn't think it was real racing or something like that. But
Yeah.
he's a drag racer. Grandpa was a drag racer, so that's what he does. And I can't get into it. Once you try the other version of it, the going in a straight line, it's not as much fun anymore.
Yeah. I had friends of mine that run Pro 7 with the RX 7s.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're headstrong about, you got to be on a road course. You got to turn left. You got to turn right. And I was doing roundy round at the time. And they said, they would say to me, how difficult is it or whatever. And I'm like, well, bring it on. Let's see you bring it. So somehow we got the owner of the track, guy named Steve Brucker,
Mm-hmm.
during intermission to let those guys run on the oval. And a bunch of them showed up. And they went out there and they ran side by side. And when they came off that track, every one of them was breathing heavy and, their arms are tired and they're going, this is amazing. Cause out on a road course, you're not competing really against anybody. When they run Pro 7, everybody takes off, but there's always a couple guys that get away. You might have a pack of 2 or 3 cars, even if 30 cars shows up, but everybody spreads out and you're at where you're at.
Yep.
And they're doing the roundy round. The pack was tight. There was 8, 9, 10 cars, 3 or 4, side by side going through these corners. A couple of them bumped, and that's not normal for those guys. They're not used to fixing body damage from racing.
Right.
Yeah, they bumped and they got off the track and they were begging Brucker, can we do this again? They wanted to get out there and do it again. I'm like, you just got to try something new, I mean, I got to admit, drag racing is super fun, but and road course racing. I mean, you got to try it in a golf cart. I mean, a go-kart. You got to try it in in an Aspen, in a Velar. You got to try it in just, anything and have fun with it. And
Oh yeah, I rode with a couple professional drivers, and the one guy I rode with, he didn't have anything special. It was some 2010-ish Honda something, or I don't know, it was something Japanese, but yeah, it tricked out a little bit, bigger wheels and everything, and better brakes. And he's like, everybody only rides with me once. I said, okay, yeah, okay, I've heard that before. Yeah, you only ride with that guy once. He goes balls to the wall all the way into that corner, deep as you can go, and he just rips the wheel. No brake, just rips the wheel.
it
And
bites and he turns.
yep.
Yeah.
He's like, we get, I didn't have anywhere to grab, so I'm holding up into the headliner, trying to hold the door panel. I broke his door panel a little bit. There's nowhere to grab to, the seatbelt wasn't holding you tight, but every corner just balls to the wall and rips the wheel. Didn't even touch the brake. And I was like, I don't know how I don't have the gumption for that, the gut for that. And he's like, well, you're either going to go into the wall or you're going to turn. He says, so far, I've always turned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're getting used to it,
Yeah.
right? You've been driving it for a couple of years now and enjoying it. And I know you've gotten faster practically every time you've gone out. Now, this year you actually raced it a little bit with some of the new mods at the end of the year, didn't you?
I raced the whole year with all the new mods.
Okay. So over the first year you did it, what'd you think?
First time I did it, I was just hooked right off the bat. There's just the general. I mean, you have drag racing, you have that adrenaline rush for 15 seconds, but this is a minute and a half of that same adrenaline, and just you got to take this corner right and this corner right, and you got to. There's so much more thinking ahead of than watching attack and watching, your shift point and your brake point, and it just. There's a lot more. My brain's a lot happier doing it, I guess.
Yeah. Now that video you put out, was it a week ago or so? And you had clips of you running. Was that this year or was that last year?
That was this year.
Or actually last year before, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I enjoyed the heck out of that.
Yeah, except for the car running like garbage. But
yeah, I heard it a few times.
That was the not being able to rev over 4,000.
Yeah. Now,
which will make you very angry when you're on the track and it does that on the first lap and you can't get it to stop.
Yeah. Can't get it up to speed. Can't get it to stop blubbering. That's part of the challenge, though, is figuring out what the heck is wrong with it.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing with that kind of, because those weren't track days. For track days, you can pull off, fix the car, and then get back on the track.
Yeah.
That was just consecutive heats. So if your car screws up, there's no time. You have the time literally between the cars in front of you that got to make their passes, and then normally we'd see like 80 cars in the field, so there'd be 3 heats, and there would maybe be a minute and a half in between your runs. There was just that fast paced. And then this year, the last time we raced, it was like 5 minutes. So the car would cool down, and the fuel bowls would evaporate and everything like that. And it was a pain. And that last video we put out, it was 95 degrees that day, so that did not help the car at all.
Yeah, that wouldn't help at all. Well, I remember hearing when we talked about it, how when you first started, when you're getting used to it and enjoying it, and you beat a few cars you didn't expect to beat. But the one I love to hear about the most was it a C5? And you're running times like a C5 with with an F body, the I don't know how you want to call it. So many Mopar guys out there. If it ain't a Roadrunner, if it ain't a Challenger, if it ain't, an A body, and you go out there in an F body and you're running with the C5 Corvette. a car that's supposed to be the animal of the road course from the factory. And here comes an Aspen or Volare or what car is it? It was
As an Aspen.
Is an
That
Aspen.
was a Super Coupe.
Super Coupe. That's right. I love it.
That was. I fried the Cooper Cobras that were on that car that day. They were destroyed. It looked like you took a cheese grater to the sidewalls.
Yeah. Open that rubber up, make it handle better.
Oh yeah, that's my friend Tim. Our last race this year when he brought his car from Iowa to race with us. Man, that guy, he needs to be put in a helmet and a suit and let loose on a track with some sponsor behind him, because he was in his Aspen. He had BFG radial TAs, the car show tires. And what did he beat me? I mean, my car was running like crap. So I think my best time was like a minute and 12 seconds. I think he put out a 91.
So he run a minute and a half. 91. And you were a minute 12, so you're 72 seconds.
Or no, I was 112. Sorry, 112.
112. Okay. All right.
He's over 20 seconds faster, and he was up there with he's got similar mods, but he hasn't done brakes or tires or wheels or anything like that. So he was running a pretty much stock 1978 Aspen, besides frame connectors and thicker sway bars and stuff like that. And he was beating all-out track cars that day.
I love it.
He trailered his car there, so he didn't have to drive home. But man, that last lap he came on, you couldn't touch the tires because they were so hot. The brakes were fried. He put everything out on the track, and man, it was impressive to watch. That man can drive.
Yeah.
I let him drive my car before. Him and I team drove, and yeah, he's a very good driver. He's been doing autocross for like 10 years, so the experience shows. But man, he can drive that car, and he does not care that it's one of 145. He just beats the tar out of it. It's like a guy going out there and doing it in a Superbird, just a car that rare.
Yeah. Well, I think, you could always go get another one and paint it up, make it look that way, and maybe help the purists not get so upset. I guess, but it is being used the way it was intended to be used.
Oh yeah.
When it was brand new, it wasn't rare. I don't care if only 145 were made then.
Yeah, that's the funny part is the car's been in his family for like its whole life. It was actually his mother's car. But
was that a 360 also in that one?
Yeah. The Richard Petty's and the Super Coupes only came with 360s.
The E58 engine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. I know. I never was a lover of those cars, but I never was a hater. It was a Mopar. It's a V8 powered rear leaf spring car. The torsion bars are laid a different way. Okay, fine. I don't know how that would affect a car. I've never looked into it, but I'd go to the nationals. My favorite classes, you had to go see the fuelers run because it's just so amazing. With the noise and how quick they get down the track and all that. But all those 990 index cars would run, and I'd just be bored stiff. Go get a hot dog and a drink. Forget it. And then you'd wait for the stockers to run. And, I'm sorry, but, the Mopars dominate that stock stuff, and you'd see everything you could see. And I'd see a couple of Aspens going down the track. Holy cow. And they're in a stock class. Unported cylinder heads with hydraulic lifters in there and stock push rods and rocker arms, unported intake manifold. You had to run the carburetor that it come with. You could tune it any way you want. You could drill any holes as long as you didn't open a venturi to make more air go through it. And these guys are out there running in the 11s, and they do anything with a gear. They can do anything with a converter. uncorked headers, but the springs had to be located in the stock position. How do you get a car to do that? Well, you got to have a good one to begin with. And those cars are. I mean, they're, and I after that, I don't know. When I see a car win a race and it's a Mopar, I kind of like fall in love with them. I'm like, so I finally got me one.
Yeah.
Finally got one. Thanks to you.
Yeah.
So
I was going to move it the other day, actually. It's sitting in front of the garage, but I think I'm just going to leave it there.
it looks good there, don't it?
Yeah. Well, I changed the fenders and stuff on it for you, so that way you don't have that smashed fender.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting a good look at it. Okay, so what's the deal on F body going from slant to V8? Do a Schumacher mounts work?
They do. They actually work really well.
Okay, so no issues there, because and I think I told you this already. I'm only going to put a V8 in it so it can go drag race for a couple of events.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's coming out, and I've always wanted to build a Hot 6. Always. Now, I don't expect it to go out and set track records, and I'm not turboing it, and I'm not putting giggle gas in it. It's not going to be boosted. It's going to be a NA slant, and over time, it's going to have every piece I can find, and I'm going to go out there and see what I can do with it. So that's the plan with that car eventually.
That one's an odd car. I didn't look at it too much inside the engine bay before I sold it to you, but I opened the hood the one day, and I don't remember what for, and I was like, oh shit, it's a 1980 Roadrunner, which power brakes and power steering were standard. Somebody ordered this one without. It's got manual brakes and manual steering.
Oh wow. I'll take it. It's not so much as if it makes it even more rare. It's the fact that I don't use that stuff when I'm driving anyway. If you put the right master and wheel cylinders in there, you're going to stop. And if the steering is right, it's not a big deal,
Yeah.
So, I mean, none of my stock car stuff was power steered. And you're going through a corner, a 3/8 mile track, you're going through a corner at 65, 70 miles an hour. You got to pick up the throttle and the car's got to turn every time. You're going to run 100 laps. Your arms are going to be dead. So, it's a fixable thing. It's not a big deal. I'm happy with it. I'm glad. There are people out there going to complain about, it's not an optioned car. No, it's a perfect one. My Dart don't have power brake or power steering. My Roadrunner doesn't have it. Barracuda don't have it. The only ones that have that stuff is the cars I have with air conditioning.
Yeah.
The rest of them are non-power brake.
Yeah. That one doesn't have anything. No AC. Nothing. It doesn't have anything.
Yeah. It's got nice seats in it.
It does have nice seats in it, actually.
Yeah.
And it's got the important part. It says A57 on the fender tag, so it's a Roadrunner. So
yeah. Now, what about just A body headers work on that, or do I need to get it? Okay, so my A body headers will work on it.
A body, B body. I heard somebody say E body, which normally I just buy the generic Jegs headers, and they bolt on just fine. The ones that they've had the same shape and same design for 45 freaking years, they just work.
All right, cool.
But they're like an A body where on the driver's side, the drag link's got to go through the header.
Yeah, so they're close to the ground.
Yeah, just on the one side, but they're not real close to the ground.
Did you watch, by any chance, 318 Will Run recently did one on his Duster that he put some Doug's headers on?
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched that one.
big thick flange, and they didn't do that. You know, they were above the tire, the drag link or whatever, and they looked nice. They looked like they had a good fit. They looked nice, big thick flange. So I was going to look into that and see, you know, maybe that would be a good option too.
Yeah, I've a lot of people have good luck with Doug's. The only problem that I have had, I got a set of ceramic coated Doug's.
Yeah.
And I did all the normal stuff that I do with ceramic coated headers, and they're 3 years old now, and all the bottoms are gone. All the ceramic coating's gone off of them.
Burned off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I had.
I love the ceramic coating over the not because of anti-rust or anything, but man, have you felt how nice and cool the engine compartment is when you got that stuff compared to just a regular exposed steel header?
Yeah.
It's nice. And you know, I'm there may be even a power gain by doing that. It's supposed to keep the gases expanded so the speed inside the headers there. I don't know if that's true. I've never tested it. But the one thing for sure is you're not going to draw a whole lot of heat off those headers and suck it up and go into the engine. And that's where I believe the big power loss is from. So I like a ceramic coated. They're not that much more expensive anyway.
No, I think I bought mine on a Christmas deal or something. I can't remember exactly, but
yeah. So AV says, "Oh, look at that! Look at that guy! It's Eric."
oh,
EB bodies work if you go big block. Okay.
I actually found the B body ones work the best if you go big block.
Yeah.
I tried. I think we tried A body ones because we took A body ones off my dad's Dart and tried it. We found the B body, I think, hookers fit very, very well. Kind of like they're almost made for the car.
Is that what you have in the wagon?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And they were ball flange too. So
I wasn't thirsty until Eric got on here and said, "Hey, y'all, have happy new beers."
Oh. Yeah. Well, I haven't heard. Eric does that meme show. I haven't tuned into that in a while. It's always when I'm putting the kid to bed.
Nah, I gotta admit, don't tell Eric this, but I haven't seen it yet. He told me about it when we were at duct tape, and I just have, you know, I've got to get signed on it so it tells me. You know, I'm that kind of guy that if my phone don't make noise or if something don't make noise, I'm sitting on the couch sleeping. So
Yeah, I'm bad about that myself.
you know, Eric's gonna sell his Dart. So anybody wants an A body, go look at Destroyer. Oh, by the way, if you're tired of your Challenger getting stolen, go see Destroyer.
Yeah. I was going to ask him about that the other day because I had a question about how, yeah, I'll run it by him off here, but
he's mad. He's mad at me he may be mad at you too. He's mad at us for not watching his show.
Hey, I used to tune in all the time. Uh-oh.
What
There he
was
is.
going on? What's happening? Hold on, I don't have my head up. Okay, what's happening? How you guys doing?
Good, you?
We're good. We're good.
Good.
We're good.
Happy New Beers.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got in that, Eric?
A little rum.
Oh, well, we're just talking about the Dart. Now, before I forget, Eric, what is the name of the new channel?
Destroyer's Last Laugh. Because if they cancel me for that show on there, that's about as far as I'm going to take it. I just got the 18 or older stamp on my channel now, so you'll have to say, okay, I'm 18 to be able to go on, which I understand. I get it, but
I think it's so funny. I can't talk about this now. It's
no,
just
I
so
know.
dumb. Oh, look, no, don't say anything. Oh, by the way, can we give your kid something in school so his nutties don't grow? That's
Yeah.
okay to talk about. Lame. I got it.
Good old fashioned comedy is dead. People don't like it, so that's where I come in and go. It's not dead yet. It's just hidden.
Oh,
So I'm trying to talk Dutch into making sure he gets out the duct tape this year. So Eric, you got to talk to him about it too. Make him do it.
Dude, it'd be fun. I'm just saying it'd be fun.
And then Eric will make us bacon. Man, that bacon.
Yes.
I've
I
seen
will
that.
I will guarantee you bacon.
All I
vegan.
got-
I'm vegan. Don't you look at this and just think vegan?
Yeah, that's the first thing out of my face is vegan.
So what happens now, Dustin, is I was vegan and he stuck that bacon in front of my nose and it went in my mouth. And by the way, Eric, I only got one piece because there were two pieces and you gave one to that knucklehead Reuben.
You're right.
But the steak was good and all I got was a bite of that too. I mean, he teased me all weekend long. I'm like, look, if
Hey.
we're going to be fighting for each other to be married, you proved you can do the job I need you for.
Steak and bacon, that's all we need.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, I love a 71. Oh, man, I love a 71.
That's my dream. And the car too. I mean, never mind. No, that one there is more expensive than its counterpart behind it.
Yeah, eventually, for sure.
Yeah, not worth it. I'd rather have the 71. It'll hold its value better.
Yeah. Well, now on the Dart, have you ever road raced it or anything as opposed to drag raced? I know it's set up to go drag racing.
I may have gone to Mexico with it.
Down to Tecate. I mean, yeah, Tecate.
Yeah. We'll insert name of place in Mexico.
Okay, good enough.
It made me pee like pants pretty bad. So it's fun. Now I'm in a dilemma here. Maybe you guys can straighten me out. So the purpose of me getting this was to go drag racing. Well, and then I started with my own company, and now I'm so focused on that I'm not worried about the drag racing portion of it. Like I fell out of love with it. So here's my two options. Keep this, sell the drivetrain out of it, put like a stock 6.4 modern drivetrain in it and make it where I can drive this thing anywhere I want to go. Or get rid of this and get myself like a older RT and make it into a drift car because I haven't seen anybody do it yet. Like a burnout car / drift car. I've drag raced until I'm done drag racing is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I need a new buzz, a new whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, Birdsong does that kind of stuff.
Well, Dutch, I see Dutch out there road racing. I mean, I'd love to do something like that.
Do you do much drifting there, Dustin?
no.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, not intentionally. No, they do grid life. We have Gingerman Raceway about an hour and 15 minutes away. They do grid life there every year, and I've wanted to go, but I think it's more of a place you don't want to be after 8 o'clock at night, unless you're like 20, 21 years old.
Yeah, I've seen the same. We have drift and drag out here where they have, you're drag racing and then people, blowing tires off behind you, and it's all the little boppers. My whole thing was, it just looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't care about the kids that are doing it or whatever. I'll go early and be like the first 2, 3, 10 passes, whatever. Like, I'll get it out of my system and go home. Let them, crash into shit later in the night. But I don't know. I got to find something new, something different. I do have now called Radford. It was Bondurant, but Radford right by me that I can go and race my car if I ended up making more of a road race type vehicle. I don't know. They also have it. I think they have it at. Well, I know for sure they have it at Good Guys. They have. What's the association? I forgot what it is. Don't remember it, but anyway, it's the little road race thing. They set up the cones and you can go fly
Yeah.
around.
It's SC. Is it intended for drifting, or is it just intended for road racing and you go drift?
No, it's road racing. They have a separate drift thing, but I just was trying to do something different with the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the cars. I'll have a Mopar of some type all the time. It doesn't matter, but I don't know if the Dart is. Do I try to bring it back and put it on the road? Do I let it be what it's supposed to be? Right now, it's been built as a drag car professionally. Like the chassis, everything underneath it was built by someone, not me. Somebody who actually knows what the hell they're doing. And so it's like, okay, do I, disgrace all the work that was done to it and put it back to, hey, I'm just going to go have fun, drive it around the streets and have people go, wow, what's that car? Which is kind of what I want. But then, I don't know.
Sounds like you need to buy 2 cars.
Well, I tried to tell my wife, this is just going to get mothballed and put in storage for now, and I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you need to get rid of a HOA, don't you?
Dude, if I, yeah, I didn't want to go down that road with it. I'm actually looking at an airplane hangar. They have a bunch of like spots, right? We have an airport right next to us, and there's people who are renting them out for like $250 a month
Oh wow!
Jeez.
for like a big, huge airplane hangar. I'm like, dude, I would do that in a minute. And I got a buddy who, not that I wouldn't just get it myself, but a buddy who has a Mustang that wants to store shit in there too. I'm like, dude, let's do it. Then I could have this. I could have my Challenger. I could have, let's, insert name of what have you, and it'll be a write-off because I'm making plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to show you my newest one, which hopefully nobody goes, oh, you asshole. You probably will anyway.
Nah.
This is fresh. I just made this 2 days ago. So this is for a Ford F-150. And guess what they have? Same frickin' problem.
I know that the F-150 has been an easily taken car or vehicle for a long time.
Yeah, and this is for the 2020 to 2020 up to 24, I think. F-150 all the way up through the Raptor. So I made a metal plate that goes right on there. Bolt that bitch on. You ain't taking it off. Fits real nice. Fits real nice and tight. Can I even see how tight that fits up on there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So those will be available here real soon. I got a neighbor with one that I'm gonna install on his, but that's the latest one. And now I have to change my website where I had Mopar, Ford, and then I don't know what Chevy I'll end up doing. I'll find the most stolen new one they have and try and figure some stuff out. But we're having fun doing it, and it's making enough money to keep the lights on. So
That's cool, as heck, man. That's awesome. I agree, AB. More cars, more bed, much more better.
that's what I'm saying.
I need more.
I'm too honest with my wife is the problem. Hey, I sold the Dart. Where's it at? I sold it. Guy came today, gave me cash.
A couple years later.
Where are you taking me for dinner? Is the next question.
Yeah.
I have no problem doing that.
She looked good sitting in a ratty ass Little Red Express. Seemed like
Oh,
she
dude. You got to meet my wife. Freaking cool as hell.
Oh,
Chill, laid back. I'm giving her kind of shit, but she does say, obviously we don't have room for another car because you can't park it in the driveway. You can't, I don't know. There's rules, that thing that I just don't do well with. We
Yeah.
have those here.
Yeah. The only
Grew up on a
HOA
farm.
The only HOA I have around here is my wife.
Yeah. Well, once again, if I had my own way and lived where I wanted to, which is not in the city, I'd be doing whatever the hell. You'd see pictures of this thing doing wheelies out on the road. Period. No problem. I would be doing that every day. Here's a live. Let's go. Okay, see me tomorrow.
Dutch?
Yeah.
Dutch, why aren't there pictures of Aspens doing wheelies?
Wow, there was a brief video last year, but it didn't get published.
Oh, well, I mean, not being published is something that I can't see. Eyes have to look at it, Dutch.
It was a station wagon. Nobody would have believed it anyways.
You know what? I'm sorry, Dustin. I'm sort of drifting to Eric here because he wants to do the wheelies, and he has bacon. He cooks bacon and steak.
Mm.
So I'm needing you to give me a little bit more now, other than a station wagon, and you didn't publish. I can't see it.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, still, would anybody be interested in a 451 stroker if I took this and ripped it out?
There's a lot of people like that.
Just
thing.
wonder. That would buy the drivetrain out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a 451, and it's just like the easiest engine to make power with that I've built in a long time. Just does everything. And
Oh yeah, and it freaking this thing revs like ridiculous. You would think it's a 340 at how.
it's
quick.
amazing. It's amazing. You're on the limiter if you have a limiter.
Yeah.
And every mod that's typical is giant for them. They start out ballistic, it turned into just animalistic. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. And I'd never driven anything with a really high compression engine, and the torque difference is unreal. Just you can feel the thud of that thing. Them things pounding away
Yeah.
with 112 octane or what have you.
I know. I have a few friends of mine that say something like, well, you only get so much percentage of power. Yeah, but you get it from the time the engine starts till it revs out.
Yep.
And it's a percentage of, let's say it was started with 500. Okay, so 10% on 500 is what? 50? I'll take it.
The whole day.
50, you know? And again, it's there from beginning to end. So it's below the curve, above it's everywhere. It'll push the curve a little deeper even.
What do we got going on up there? That's pretty.
I see
That's
a
too
big,
nice for me. Shit.
yeah,
Little
that-
400 action. Must be stroker.
This is the cool part, though.
the hood closes. That is cool.
I got told it couldn't be done.
Oh, no kidding. Stupid people.
You know, that's what they told Smokey and the Bandit. It couldn't be done.
Couldn't put a. Not with that intake. There's no way with that intake he could put that big block in that car.
With the high rise and then having an air filter on it.
Yep. There's a half an inch of clearance.
Well, AV says B engines fit nice in an F body.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think a B engine would fit in a go-kart real good too. Just give me the welder.
Yeah, well, they weren't so nice to my car. They have a high-rise Team G on this thing, and they cut a hole and put a scoop over it. And I immediately took the air filter completely off and said, "You're stupid,"
Yeah.
and just don't run one.
Well, I mean, you're on the street anyway. You're running down the track. It's not like it's going to gulp up 25 cubic feet of dirt every time you drive.
No, I run it, very limited amount of time. Of course, high compression engine fuels. I think last I bought it was $18.50 a gallon.
Yeah, I know it's
So
getting
I'm not gonna run that shit too long. Nah.
And what is it? 12 to 1?
13 and a half.
13 and a half. That's
it's
honest. That's honest right there. You can't even play cam games and get that down to regular stuff. I mean, that's honest.
That was when Ruben came over for the first time. I had just put mufflers on. I said, "Hey, it's a lot quieter." He's like, he had never heard it because I was running it with open headers, and he had never heard it. All I have is Magnaflow bullets on there, 3.5s. That's it. There's a piece of pipe that big, the muffler, and then a downpipe. That's it. I started that thing, and he jumped about a foot. He's like, "I wasn't ready for that." I'm like, "That's." You hear a high compression engine thumping against the ground, it shakes your chest, bud.
Oh yeah.
Leighton, what's up, man?
Ah, Leighton.
That's one of the funniest dudes I ever met. That dude's funny as hell. He's wrong, but he's funny, which makes it right. Coming from a guy who almost got kicked off YouTube. Yes, he's funny.
Oh,
That group of people. That group of people is out there.
Mm.
when is duct tape, John?
Um,
Is it September or October?
September. I don't know. I could look it up. They haven't called it the date yet, but it's going to be the same time as last year. You remember what last year was, Eric?
Yeah, September something.
So right after, I think it was right after Mill Party, wasn't it?
It is. It's the week. No, it's 2 weeks after Mo Party, I believe. So you got a week off after Mo Party, which I think is No Name, and then the week after that is Duct Tape. So, am I yelling at this thing?
No, you're good.
Okay.
No, that's part of on my to-do list is to do as many of these Mopar events as I can. Leighton, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up?
Been a while.
Yeah, I've been at the YouTube thing for a minute, but I'm getting back into it.
Yeah, I did the same, man. I walked away like this. All right, I'm tired.
Well,
I just have
you told me,
2020
so I don't blame you.
23 was a rough year, so
That's what she said.
but she likes it.
That's how she likes it.
I'll get my phone. I get my phone to stay up here. What's up, Dutch? What's up, Todd John?
Hey,
I wish I could say I'm still an Aspen owner, but I sold my Aspen.
I seen it. I seen the new owner talking about it.
Yeah, it went to a good home. I'll put it that way. I talked to the guy, had a few people wanting to buy it, and I chose the best owner. And he's going to be the guy to put that car back on the road, and it's going to be nasty. Hemi swap, 5-speed, 6-speed, whatever it was that he had in the Ranger.
Nice. Yeah,
But-
more and more people are getting into them. I'll tell you that. We see a lot of new owners this year.
I love the car. I really do. I hated to see it go, but it had to go.
It had to go.
It had to
Kids
go.
do that to you. Kids will do that, man.
But man, my phone will not stay. But in return to that, the little Dodge Dakota I have is now getting a 440.
Nice.
I like it.
The guy I sold the Aspen to, I told him to keep in touch with me, send me some pictures when he gets working on it. I said, when you get it done, I want to come do a video on it.
There you go.
I want to.
Yeah.
What,
I probably
Eric?
want to find another.
Well, he's showing off his warm temperatures, is what he's doing.
No, I've
Must
been
be
smoking
nice.
in my garage, so I'm kind of stepping half out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's supposed to be 28 here tonight again.
Where are you at, Leighton?
Arkansas.
Okay. You're about where I'm at. I know it's supposed to be below freezing. I don't know how far though. If
Yeah,
the
it's
wife
saying
how
20,
far?
24? 24 right now?
Alexa, what's the weather? What's the temperature?
Right now, it's 28 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ah,
Tonight, expect a low of 23 degrees.
we're gonna beat you,
By the way, I can now notify you of breaking news updates.
Alexa.
Like that,
Alexa, shut up, you liberal.
Oh,
See, Carl John's a funny guy. Destroyer.
Nah, no.
oh. So whether,
Eric's the funny guy.
I just get it kicked off YouTube.
You did?
Just about.
I didn't hear about that.
We were the one.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Where is it? I just put it this way. Destroyer had to tell me to calm it down just a fuzz.
Hey, you can come on the new one now, Destroyer's Last Laugh. We're 18 plus, so you can say what you want.
Yeah, I'll have to get back.
that's cool.
I'll have to get back into the last laugh and get back in there and get in the rhythm.
Oh, dude. And we have Pimpin' TV. He's consistently part of
Pimpin's
it.
awesome, man. He's
He's part
awesome.
of the show now, every week.
oh, my wife's on here. Now we're going to get off.
Dustin, you better be quiet.
Easy.
Can she hear you right now when you're talking? Can she hear you when she's in the house?
No.
Okay.
I gave him a good deal on them parts. They were cheap.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
I just
Bert,
checked. It's 51 here, so
Oh, must be nice. Show off.
it's cold.
Cold.
did you talk to Birdsong this week, John?
Did I what?
Did you talk to Birdsong this week or no?
I did talk to him. I think it was last week though. I can't remember what day it was.
Did you figure out what else he needs for that car?
He's gonna put some stuff up there. He's got a lot to go with right now.
Okay.
But it's funny is he and I have our specific way about dealing with ignition systems.
Mhm.
And his is his idea is real close to mine. So we talk about stuff, throw it back and forth. Well, both of us had just got done watching a major engine builder put a video up, and he said some things about timing. And I think I got maybe 3 minutes in the video, and I'm going there. Here's this engine guy now screwing up the world. There's a couple of them like others like that, but here we go. I ain't gonna learn nothing from this. I turn it off. About 5 minutes later, phone rings. I look at it. What's up, Bertie? He's like, "Did you see this guy?" He's like, "Ah, man, you can't learn nothing from a knucklehead like that." I'm like, "Yeah, you got that right." I mean, there's only a few people that disagree with what we do, but anyway, I'm not going to say names. I get in trouble for that too. I was blown away that you're not allowed on YouTube to say the word RAPE.
Yep. That's what got me kicked out.
Like, what is? I mean, this is reality. It happened. And I don't care if you're referencing buying parts from somebody. Hey, they RAP'd me. You can't say it in any context. It's just silly. I don't know. Again, but it's okay to say puberty blockers.
Uh-oh. We got him going.
You got the fire lit now.
Uh-oh. Somebody pull the choke or turn off the gas or something.
Oh, John, remember how we were talking about that stupid light I bought the other day?
The light you said? What'd you say? The what?
That light I was telling you about I bought the
Yeah,
other day?
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shit, that's bright.
There's a couple of times that your head got lower, and I mean your face disappeared. The light.
Is that the little round one? About that big?
Yeah, it's a UFO light is what they call them.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of all these, and I'm putting half of them. They draw less amps, so they're going to take less to run, and they're like 12 times as bright as one of these. So I'll need to run half of them. So I'm going to cut my electrical bill down substantially in there.
Yeah, they're super bright.
And
My
what are they?
father-in-law, he's got a 50 by 100 that's 26 foot tall for a farm shop.
Yep.
And he got some LEDs off Amazon for like $150 or round or square, about the size of your head, you know.
Yep.
And them things are stupid bright. But them UFO lights, I've seen a bunch of people were switching to those.
Oh yeah, that's. I won't buy these again. I'll only buy those UFOs. The only thing about them is they are heavy. They actually have a steel braided cable that hooks to them in case they fall, so they don't kill anybody because they weigh like probably 15 pounds each. But
Yeah, that would hurt.
yeah.
My little shop, it ain't big enough for a car to go in or nothing, but I got some Walmart LEDs when they were on sale. And strip work lights, whatever they are.
Yep.
But I'm eventually gonna get us something brighter.
Yeah,
I do have some shadows when I'm welding on something that bugs me.
You know, every time
Yeah,
I go to Harbor Freight, they have all them LED lights, like, you know, shop lights, whatever, that you can buy when you're walking out, and they're like $2.50. You know, you get the one for your head right here, and you got a little hook. I got one up
The
in
magnet
here.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
magnet one. You got the one. The sticker looks like a light switch with a light going around it. They're like $2, or you can get a pack of 5 for $2 or something. You know, there's always something going on with them. I got a kick out of it though, because right next to it was the American flag for 15. A piece of cloth. Here's batteries. It comes with batteries, a light, you know, an underwear strap on it and everything. And it's $2, and you can't get a flag for $15. Like, what the heck? What's the world coming to?
Because
that
that was
flag's worth a
probably
lot more.
the flag was probably made in America. The rest of it was made over in China.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What were you going to say before I butted in there, Dustin?
I don't remember now. It was too
Yeah,
long
we
ago.
was talking about lights.
Oh, I'm taking all these lights and I'm putting them in the walls. So
That'd be
better than
awesome.
throwing them away.
Make a paint booth out of that whole place.
Well, I'm putting 2 lifts right back to back right here. So
That's
That'll
freaking
give you
sweet,
plenty
man.
of light.
what's that?
That'll give you plenty of light there with the lights on the walls too.
Yeah.
That'll make it a lot easier to work on stuff.
Yeah, this is the new shop we built, or I built this year. I built it by myself. That's why I didn't do any YouTube pretty much this whole summer. I was doing this. And
I wish I had an excuse like that.
yeah, that
I
was-
just got lazy.
yeah. Well, I had that too. It was. We had to bring in. What was it about? What did we bring in? 80 yards of fill, and then it's a full steel building. So it's actually. I don't like paying taxes like everybody else does, and
Yeah, I
It's-
love damn tax.
this is considered a carport to our county.
Sweet.
Because there's a garage is a permanent structure. A permanent structure, the foundation has to be below grade. This has concrete anchors every 2 feet that attach to the concrete. There's zero part of it below grade. Technically, if I wanted to, if we moved, I could unbolt this and take this building with me.
Nice.
I like it.
Maybe
like-
like the Amish. Call all your friends and just pick it up and walk down the road with it.
Hey, you know, gotta be something said for that.
But it's snow load in Michigan is 30 pounds per square foot. This is 120 pounds per square foot, and it's got a 150-mile-per-hour wind load. So, and it was substantially cheaper than a pole barn building, substantially.
Nice.
I like it. That's pretty
I
cool.
love it, dude. It's
I'm a little
amazing.
jelly.
Yeah, I am too.
It's not big enough, but it's going to get bigger. So the wife was
Not big
complaining
enough.
that you can't park inside yet. So
Isn't that amazing how we build these buildings and fill them up? I mean, and everybody I talk to is like, well, you know, you buy a building and everybody goes, well, I'm trying to figure out the size. And I'm like, whatever that is times 2.
yeah,
Mhm.
And you're still going to be mad at yourself later. You know, and maybe it's just because we like to hoard shit. I don't know, but it just, it's never enough. And, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm probably about to start throwing stuff away because I'm tired of looking at it.
Mhm.
yep. I don't know. I just bought me a wheel balancing machine. I got to have a place for that now, you know? I'm going to get me a, you know, tire changing machine. I got to get all that stuff too. Cause I'm tired of, you know, going to town to discount when I can call them on the phone and UPS comes and rolls them off and then I can pop and change them right there. And I ain't talented enough to do one without the machine. So
It sucks. I just did 2 about a month ago.
yeah, I mean, I'm running over, I'm trying to pop the bead and then, you know, peel them off the rim and all that. And I just, you know, I just kind of, maybe when I was younger, I was into it. But anyway, now I need more room just because I'm old and lazy, you know?
yeah.
And, you know, just the compressor. Remember back in the day, you got that little, what were they, 30 gallons, you know, maybe let's say this big around and this long. And they had a 2-cylinder engine with a half a horsepower motor you got from Sears. And it went booka, 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 booka. And you got enough air to put air in your tires and run your air gun a little bit. Shoot, that is, forget it. That's junk. I can't do that no more. I got to have one that's, you know, I don't know, 4-foot diameter, probably 6 foot high. And then it's got to have a compressor on it running 9,000 miles an hour, 2-stage. And I just want to pull the air nozzle wide open and never run out of air. Shh, look at it. Look at it go. Check it out. Redbeard's in the house.
Redbeard, what's up, brother? Hope you're taking care of that shirt I gave you.
He just recently rolled through the Nashville area, and I had to go out of town. I didn't get to see him.
Oh, damn it.
No,
I
I
still
seen
got
him.
the Victoria shirt and banner, stickers,
I got
hat.
I got stickers, but he asked me, he said, Leighton, or he said, John, and I'm telling Leighton, he said, would you rather have a shirt or bacon? And I'm a sucker for bacon. And I ate bacon. Now I'm pissed because I want the shirt. I've already ate dinner. Bacon doesn't sound good right now. Dang it.
I got an extra one if you need one.
I got the shirt. I got the shirt that my wife stole it.
Nice. I got another one if you need one.
I'm waiting for a Dutch guy's shirt. I want the picture of the road,
Yes.
and I want them cars parked up on the middle of the road.
I made some. I just never sold any. I only put them on me.
Oh, well, that ain't gonna work. He says I wear it every year to Thanksgiving. My wife.
I'm glad I can help you, brother. Glad I
Is
can
that
help
the
you.
shirt that he got from you at No Name Nationals the first year?
Yeah. He's like, if I win, I want that shirt. I said, I don't care. That's fine.
I need to find a link to that shirt because I've searched for it since No Name and I cannot find it.
It's
'Cause I
on.
want that-
It's on Facebook. It's a Facebook thing. They're
Of
like
course,
$20 or something. It wasn't
because I've
like
been
this
trying to
big
order one for 2
investment.
years now and I cannot find it.
Next time I see it, I'll get a hold of you. They're thin as hell. I'm surprised it's still holding together. I mean, it literally wind blows right through that thing.
Hey, Daniel, you fooled me for a second, but I figured it out. It was Hates.
Now, we did some math real quick and figured it out.
Did you guys see? He did a couple of quickie lives, and he was disassembling. I think it was a 400. It was a low deck.
Nice.
Man, he had some Brodix on there that are worked. I mean, they'd been welded on and cut open, and they were some nice set of heads. Somebody had spent some serious time. It had all the goodies in it. You know, the block was O-ring. It was all rollered. I don't know how big the cam was in it, but I only got to see a little bit of it because I was basically getting ready to get on my way out.
Hmm.
But anyway, what was the end result with that, Daniel? Because you need to put more videos up, Beak.
Yes, he does.
And the kid is getting big, by the way, but he doesn't know how to lift heads off of a block real good. I noticed that.
Hey, you got to make him work.
Yep. The
It's
Jacob.
just old van motor. He pulled it out of a van.
Just out of motorhome. It's good.
Don't quit
Jacob.
leaning. Quit leaning back. It's like somebody's hitting me with a flashlight in my eye. There you go. There you go. What a handsome mother trucker.
Yeah, I need to trim the beard again.
I'm going to remind you, I'm from California there, big fella.
Supercharged or Hellcat? What's your favorite?
Oh, so what other parts do we need to get for this car before you come grab it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's-
I got some ideas brewing in my head right now. And it's going to depend on how much time, what date, how it's going to all work out. The future plan is, I think I already told you, the 360 and going out to duct tape with it. But I'm trying to figure out time and, you know, how far I want to go and what we can do together. And then I'll call you and we'll go through it and see how far you can go too. But as far as parts go, gosh, I don't know. Give me the
So you got-
give me all your rally wheels. Give me all your good stuff. You know.
I didn't know what I needed to dig out for it. So I know it. I need some louvers in the worst way. It looks weird with no louvers.
It does look weird without louvers, but it didn't come with them, did it?
No, that was the only year that didn't come with them.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too. I thought, man, is that supposed to have louvers? And I looked it up, and they didn't come with them that year. And then I
No.
remember you and me talking about it, and you said, "Hey, idiot, they didn't come with them that year." I don't like it when you call me idiot. Eric doesn't like it either.
I love it. I don't like it. I love it.
I
All
know.
right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I just wanted to drop in, say hello, mess with y'all a little bit, and I'll
Hey.
see y'all around soon.
You ever want to race late? Let me know. Look at this. I'm set. I got my little wheel there. I got my stick shift. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, what is that?
It's simulated.
Simulator.
Oh, simulator. I got my Xbox controller right here. Then I've got a cheap wheel over here. It sucks. From Walmart. My son got it for his birthday, and it's the worst wheel I've ever seen in my life.
Do you recognize this?
Oh hell yeah!
I ain't played that in forever.
That's when they came in that big ass box. It wasn't just the.
Yeah. Me and about 25 of my friends we actually did beta testing on this game.
No shit. That's cool.
Somewhere
Sorry, didn't mean to swear.
somewhere in the shit is my name.
For Windows 99 or 1998, that was pretty advanced.
Yeah, it was old.
It was
I'm
3.1.
telling you, I never had so much fun for not really racing. It was a great time.
That's like
Like-
that. What was
It's
it? The
awesome.
IHRA drag racing game. That was the most advanced racing game back in the day.
Oh,
But all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off
Say
here.
hi to Tall
I'm gonna get
John.
ready for bed.
it was good to see
See
you, man.
y'all.
Yeah.
Here. Come say hi to Tall John.
What's up, stranger?
Killer. What up, dude?
How are you?
Good. How's you?
I'm Sandra.
She's the smarter half.
Oh,
The
Good to
better
see you.
and smarter. Good to see you.
Yes.
You're coming out to duct tape next year, right?
Sure. I don't know. We'll see.
You don't know yet?
We'll see what happens.
I-
It's cold,
I'm
huh?
gonna try to coax my wife into coming out there, but I doubt it's gonna happen. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be cooler. We'll definitely
Chat for a
make sure
second,
we're out there again. That was
Now,
fun.
I sent some pictures. I think I did to Eric of you sitting in the truck. Did you see him?
I don't know.
Or
That
at
was
least
so long
one.
ago. That was
Huh?
so long. That was so long ago. It feels like.
Well, it was I was going through pictures and seeing, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the pictures and sort stuff out. And I'm like, oh, check it out. There's Tanya sitting in the truck.
Nice.
There's one of you catching a disease from all the rust and all the bugs.
Tell them to find us some property out there in Tennessee.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, you guys need to make plans to come out.
I know. Yes, we do.
We'll go to the Opry.
There we go.
Go
Yes,
check.
I've been to Nashville. Eric hasn't, so and I loved it.
Yeah, it is a blast.
Absolutely, for sure.
So
How are
just-
you?
You just getting home from work?
No, our daughter's in volleyball, so practice tonight.
Oh,
So I run her now, and then I gotta go get her at 9:30.
nice.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. So
How
no
often-
drinky for me. Until later.
How often do you get to go and watch her practice?
I don't. You're not allowed to. The parents can't watch. She's in a club team, so you're not allowed to watch practices.
Oh, because I thought they did like an open house one night where you got to go.
No, at the beginning when she tried out, so she's on a national team.
Yeah.
Club 15 national team. So yeah, she practices Mondays and Thursdays, and we are going to be. She got 3 tournaments a month. We're going to Vegas and Dallas and California and Orlando. March,
Wow.
April, May, June. So
Yeah.
I've
gonna be
signed
fun.
my life away for the next 6 months. But I love watching her, so it's fun. And she's her first tournament they had only half the team was there because they were all sick, so we haven't even seen like the whole team play together.
You guys got all that going through, all that respiratory sickness going
Yeah, a lot of people with coughs or like 3 or 4 day colds or whatever it is. Yeah,
through? Yeah.
definitely it's still going through, and it's cold for us right now. It's cold. It's actually gonna freeze this weekend, which is very rare, but
Yeah.
you do what we gotta do.
Well, live with it. We're freezing tonight. We've been freezing every night for the last 3 weeks.
Right?
Ha ha.
I'm complaining and it's 52 degrees outside. I had to turn the heat on my car, taking her to practice.
Well, I'm from San Diego, so 50 degrees is cold.
It's a little chilly.
Now,
we
nowadays I just wear the jacket and pants and everything everywhere I go.
yeah,
Because
layers.
Always cold. Yep. Yep.
You got it. Even now, we wear layers for sure. It's good. But, yeah. Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Talk to you. Yes, we'll see you again soon, I'm sure. We'll get out to tennis.
I'm gonna make sure.
Perfect.
Come
All
on,
right, here
below.
he is. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Tony.
Bye.
Night, night. Oh, it ain't 9:09. She gotta go get the pick at 9:30.
Yeah.
Here.
Huh?
What time we got, Dustin? We had 7 or 8? 9? On 9? Past 9?
What's that?
No, we're at 8:30.
We're at 9:30.
You're at 9:30.
Yeah.
I'm at 7:30.
I didn't know you were an hour ahead of me. I didn't think you were that far.
I'm always ahead of you, John. You just haven't realized that.
Oh, Dougster, what's up, Dougster?
I'm still laughing. So Redbeard finished said, "You guys have a good night. It's time for dinner."
Peace out.
Yeah, I probably should get off of here before too long. I think my computer's it's rolling on about 9%. So
I just felt like jumping on because you guys were talking, and I heard, well, I was going to tell, excuse me? I'll come say hi. You put the link up.
well, I appreciate you stopping in. I haven't seen you in a while.
I have been MIA for a long time, so I
Well,
appreciate you having me on.
It seems like, we used to have like every Friday and Saturday night, somebody Mopar wise was live. We just don't have those anymore.
No, it's like life caught up with everybody. We had our break for a minute. We got to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I've been waking up lately about, getting here. I did that live the other week, and yeah, you guys both showed up for that too. And I don't know. I've been missing it.
Yeah, I have to.
Dutch texted me a couple of nights ago saying, "How about a live?" And I was doing something. I had friends over, and so when I saw that you're doing a live tonight, I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Oh yeah, the night I text you, I had the garage up to 78 degrees, so I was ready to turn the heater off, and we could have rocked and rolled for like 2 hours, and I wouldn't be.
I
Yeah.
see that.
It's 24 degrees in here right now, so
Inside the
that.
building, you might not want to put those other lights in just yet. You need
No, that's why he's putting them on the wall so it radiates the heat towards them.
oh, and like these lights, they put up no heat.
the,
That thing, I think you could cook Pop-Tarts on.
oh, really? I didn't know they were
There
that.
you go. That'll warm it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to put a ceiling fan up there. Get one of them big ass fans. Are we
Well,
allowed
it's
to do that?
I'm spray foaming the whole thing, and then I'm putting interior metal in.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be good in there. It's going to be real nice.
I'm putting a mini split system in with 4 zones.
Yeah.
So
So
I got one kind of like, let's see, right up there, kind of like that.
oh, is that a Be Cool?
No, I had a Be Cool and the damn thing blew up on me, so now I have a Gree.
Oh, that's good to know. I was gonna get a Be Cool.
Dude, I fought with them dudes. Like, I went all the way up to chain and corporate and finally
Really?
got a refund. Because I had it on, it was working great. I checked the I had the air conditioner on, it was going good, and then it started cooling off, so I turned the heater on. It lasted 2 seconds. Boom! What the hell was that? So I went out there, talked to them, got on support. They said, hey, check the board. I found the spot that burned. I pulled the board out, sent it to them. They sent me a new board. I put it in there, turned it on. Boom! What do you want me to do now? Well, you're going to have to bring it back to, because I think I bought it at Lowe's. No, Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I'll bring it back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't return it because we don't sell the 36,000 BTU. We only sell the 24. So, long story short, I got my money back and I went with Gree. So,
Okay.
and it's been working good.
not a freaking nothing. Perfect.
Is it still like whisper quiet then?
Oh, it's on right now.
Perfect.
And this microphone has a really good. I mean, if I farted, you'd hear me.
Well, we heard, you opened up the garage over there in the corner.
Yeah.
We could hear outside. If
Yeah.
we were hearing all that. I mean, we're sitting around going, "What's all that noise?" I was looking around here. And Dutch is walking around his garage. You close that garage down. That damn Eric.
No, they're really good. Yeah, it's super quiet, but no, that thing kicks ass. It's twice the unit. Yeah, it costs a little bit more, but it's twice the unit as that freaking Mr. Cool or whatever it was.
Oh, good. All right.
So
I like
do a
hearing
little
that.
research on that.
Well, I was, but I think you only see the positive on reviews. You only see the really, really, really bad or the the good. And there's not like the middle person that it took a crap after 2 months. It'll be the guy that it took a crap after 2 years, and that must be when they got to replace it. And I don't want to. I do HVAC for a living. I know how long refrigeration units are supposed to last.
Yep.
But,
No, I did a short on it. Or did I? I think I did a short on it, and that thing had probably 25 or 30,000 views, and the comments were insane. Everything from "I'm an idiot because I didn't know how to install it" to "Oh, this thing blew up because of X, Y, and Z," and I'm like, okay. At the end of the day, I took pictures and sent it to the people who were saying it was your fault. Okay, is this my fault? They're like, that's a warranty issue. Now you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Isn't that funny how people get a product and instantly that's the best one that ever existed? You know what I mean? It's like I always feel like just because your dad liked it didn't mean it was the best. He was born when there were dinosaurs on the planet.
Well,
You
he
know,
was born when it was made in America. Now it's made wherever.
Yeah.
Taiwanese.
That's true too. You're more better about the time frame than I am, and I regret what I said. No, I'm not. I don't regret it. Sure.
It's I seen a thing the other day because there's that meme popping around of all the tool brands. Like it's got a Milwaukee, Ryobi, DeWalt, and then Makita for some freaking reason. And everyone I know is sparking their own debate on it, and I'm just like, don't you all know they're all owned by the same company?
It's a different sticker.
Yeah. So if you don't like this one that we make, go buy this one. Is that GM type stuff? If you don't like a GMC, get yourself a Chevrolet. And if you don't like that, go get a Buick. And if you don't like that, Pontiac's gone now, but
Get an old snowmobile.
get,
Oh yeah, I commented on the one guy because he's a diehard Milwaukee guy, and I know he is. And I got Rigid. I got the cheap orange stuff, and I've had Rigid for like 12 years, and I've replaced one drill and I've replaced one battery.
Yep.
And I used to use them. I used to do construction for a living, so they got dropped off of ladders, off roofs, off of. And I had to replace one drill and one battery. He's like, "There's no way, you never used them enough." I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
I think I've owned one piece of every brand,
Yeah,
and I think my Rigid stuff has done the best too. For the
I've-
most part, it's been
I
the
will
best.
say that my most favorite thing I've ever bought was this thing right here. That's an air compressor,
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
and it's got a little turn dial. You can turn it, and you can preset whatever PSI you want. You hook it up to the tire, and then you walk away.
away.
It shuts itself off.
Yeah, I like that too.
I got an El Cheapo version of that I use all the damn time.
Well, this was $40 at Home Depot.
I got a. The name just is too funny. It's called Astro AI. I'm like, but it's a little air compressor. Dude, the same people that probably made this. So this is it looks just like a drill. It's got
Yeah.
the same little thing there. You
Yep.
hook it on. Learn how to use a camera. You hook it on and yeah, walk away. It goes
Yep.
till it's ready. It actually is pretty quick it's, kind of a cheap pile, but it
What
works.
battery is it? Does the battery fit other drills and things that you have, or is it all for itself? I mean, it looks like. I'm trying to think what I have that looks like that.
The
I didn't
DeWalt,
see it.
it looks like a DeWalt style battery with the slots in it, but I don't know. I bought it because when I was gonna drag race more than out of the country, I wanted to be able to air it up real quick.
We may have.
His 9% went down to 0.
I think we just lost old Dutch.
Yeah, I think his battery kaputskied.
That 9% took its toll.
Well, cool, brother. It's good chatting with you. I guess I'll roll out and.
Well,
see
let
what
me
the
know when you
wife's
get
doing.
vacation. Let me know when you're ready to get out, rock and roll a little bit, and I'll let you know when I'm headed your way. I know I got some plans.
Sweet.
I kind of want to go do mats, but I just don't. I think that may be just a little too early for me to get rolling that way.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man.
So, but if I come out to mats, I'll definitely roll through Phoenix and head north. Now, Ruben told me the other day he's not going to be able to make it.
No, Ruben's got a lot going on right now. Pray for that guy every day. So
Yeah. I mean, did you see his little video, his little end of the year video?
I didn't get to watch it yet. I saw the thumb. I'll watch that as soon as we're off of here. Now you reminded me.
Yeah, it's good. He did a good job. Not to mention, we're both of us are in it.
Oh, sweet. I'll have to check it out.
I gotta check it out. He did. Oh, what do we got? The Grumpy Dutchman.
Ooh.
Computer died.
We thought that 9% kind of went dead. I was like, we were going to get ready to wrap up. I was going to do Harry Carey. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to the Dutch. Next time, we're going to have, and just make up something, but you got that on.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you end up getting stuck gone, Dustin, if we leave, I believe the live still rolls until you get back and shut it off.
It does.
Oh yeah, I got on my phone quick.
You
They had
sound
7%, but it just went dead.
no. It's one of them electrolysis things.
Hey, my wife does the same thing. 7% left, and she's sleeping.
Yeah. Well, she got me beat. I'm at 15.
It is probably cold there, Mrs. Dutch. You're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I should probably go in and see my wife. So
All right. Well,
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Dustin, it was fun. I had a good time. Mrs. Dutch, thanks for letting us have the man for a couple hours. We appreciate that.
Thanks for letting us play. Next time, we'll bring our Matchbox cars.
I'll see you guys in the next one.
See you
Later. Thanks, guys.
everybody.